Big Finish do a frankly outrageous amount of stuff. So here's a series where I give you some suggestions, quick and easy videos that I can throw out in between the bigger ones to feed the algorithm gods who at this point seem to have dropped my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. I'm desperate, please! This is Big Finish Quick Picks, and today's quick pick is The Reaping. There are some things that Big Finish does exceedingly well. Their horror stories induce genuine terror and dread in the listener. Their comedies have genuine wit and charm, and will have you bent over yourself laughing for hours. But what they do really well is character pieces that examine the exact nature of the relationships between the characters and the impact their actions have on each other. These ones can get really intense. They can be raw and brutal, vivisecting a character's every interaction, forcing you to see them in an entirely different light, and can reduce even the most manly man to a blubbering mess of tears. The Reaping is one of these plays, examining the circumstances of how Peri originally joined the TARDIS team, and the impact her disappearance had on those she left behind. Also, there's Cybermen. This one is set sometime between seasons 22 and 23, before the Sixth Doctor's harsher edges were softened by his first audio-only companion, history teacher Evelyn Smythe. Basically what I'm saying is he's still the biggest dick in the room, still constantly giving Peri shit, but unlike the show, Peri can give as good as she can get. Here their relationship is like a brother and sister. They're at each other's throats, but it's very clear that they love each other and they'll have each other's backs when it really matters. Which is far better than the show, where the Doctor is more like an abusive spouse and Peri is his victim.
Well, I'm glad you're finally impressed.
The Doctor has taken Peri to Earth's moon, sometime in the future to visit the Goggle Box.
What do you think?
Cool.
Cool? The Goggle Box is one of the human race's greatest achievements. Look at it!
In Australia, Goggle Box is a show where annoying people watch whatever's been on television that week while wearing jammy jams and talking shit. It's not very good. In Doctor Who, it's a collection of every piece of media ever created by the human race. I'm not sure if it includes YouTube, but they probably got my videos, but odds are they still don't have the missing episodes of The Winds of Winter. You could watch any film, read any book, and much to the Doctor's annoyance, Peri decides to use it to check in on things back home.
Well, that's it? You could see anything at all from Earth's history? And that's it?
You could see that, madam, yes.
Fantastic!
Through some news reports, she soon discovers that the father of her best friend was savagely murdered in a graveyard where he worked as an undertaker.
Someone's been murdered back home.
Well, there's not much we can do about it now. Now, Alan, about this book.
You don't understand. I knew him.
Peri, we're thousands of years into your future. Everyone you know there is dead.
Doctor, take me home.
I love the Sixth Doctor, he's such a bitch. So he takes her back and they arrive just as the funeral is ending.
Hi, Nate. Kathy? Mom?
So, you decided to show your face then?
Mom,
Save it, Peri. Today, for once, the world does not revolve around you.
For Peri, it's been a couple of years since she's been home. For her mum, it's been 4 months, but she disappeared while they were on holiday in Lanzarote. When Peri decided to impulsively go off travelling with some guys that she just met, wound up in the TARDIS instead, and literally disappeared off the face of the planet.
I said I want to know what happened. Where have you been?
Traveling.
Oh, come on. You owe me more than that.
You wouldn't believe me.
Try me. Your traveling destroyed my marriage.
She always intended to go back to the day that she left, but instead she just disappeared. The last person to see her alive was Peri's stepdad, who her mum blamed for her disappearance, which ruined their marriage. So for 4 long months they had been looking for her, wondering if she had drowned or been kidnapped and been trafficked. Multiple scenarios, each more horrible than the last, had been swirling around this woman's head for 4 long months.
Where did you go? For 4 months, where did you go? When were you thinking of coming back, huh? Next month? Next year? 1986? 87? When?
You know what? Coming back was a mistake. I've changed, moved on, grown up.
Well, why don't you just go then? We all coped fine without you. In fact, I'll get you a suitcase and you can do it properly this time.
And now she's back, and all she can say is she's been travelling, and never once thought to call her mum and let her know that she's alive and not to worry. It's like in season 1 when the Doctor got the date wrong, and Rose had been missing for an entire year, only in The Reaping it's not just dropped by the next scene. The fallout of her disappearance hangs like a dark cloud over everything. She's home now, everyone who cares about her is there, her room is exactly as she left it, but she's changed. Everyone else has changed. She's been away for too long and there's no room for her in their lives anymore. Mum is playing mother to her best friends now, after the loss of their dad, and Peri can't get through a conversation with her without it turning into a screaming match. Her best friend, even though she feels guilty, has to admit that her life is a lot better without Peri in it. Peri was always a popular one, and after she disappeared, people were actually taking notice of her. This is also a Cybermen story. They're converting the dead and have gained control over the Baltimore police and the news media. This is the beginnings of a full-scale invasion of the Baltimore area and eventually the world. The The Cybermen are by far the scariest monsters ever to come out of Doctor Who. They are us, our desire to survive at all costs, even if it means destroying our humanity just to live a little bit longer. And they want to make everybody else like them. Soulless machines with no emotion, no humanity, only concerned with survival. And in this story, they seem like a minor threat compared with what Peri's going through, reconciling with how much he's hurt everybody that she loves. To be home for the first time in ages and surrounded by loved ones, but knowing they don't want you there. You've changed too much, been away too long, you don't fit in their lives anymore, and they're all happier without you there. And all of this is constantly reinforced with every interaction she has, every conversation she wasn't meant to hear, and even if they do reconcile in the end, that ending just rips out your heart, shows it to you, licks it, and then shoves it back in. This audio drama kind of broke me. So yeah, that's The Reaping. You should give it a listen. It'll make you feel things. I'm gonna go cry now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please share the video.